this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. Alright, so the Heavenly Father set up over the planet Earth the lowest man there is, man. Alright, lowest in everything, man. Lowest in talent, alright? Lowest in morals. Alright? That's the Esau is the lowest of the low, man. That's as low as it goes. Okay? He set them up in order to be an example, man. Because like I said, what they did to the so-called Native Americans proves that they're not a noble people. Alright? They wrote over 400 treaties with the Native Americans and broke every last one. Okay? And they continue to break it to this day. Alright? They give them a little piece of land, right? They said a reserve, the worst piece of land, and you can give them a little piece of shit, barren land. And on top of that, now, just recently, they want to build a oil pipeline down their water, and they're like, hell no. Why the hell would we want to the water poison our clean water? Why would you want you to poison our clean water? But guess what? Esau still gave the go-ahead to have that pipeline built. Why? Because he's the devil, man. And when they were protesting, they were sitting there standing like they were the terrorists, like the Native Americans would have had the problem. All right? But they were trying to build a pipeline through their clean water that was supposed to be the land that they allotted to them. All right? So that shows you that the so-called white man is not a noble man. That's what he did to the Native Americans alone, man. All right? He backstabbed them hundreds of times, man. All right? He wrote agreements with them, broke every last one of them. Not one did he keep, man. Okay? So, but in the movies, he shows them, oh, the hero, he's the hero, he's this, he's that. All right? You know, he's the Israelites, he's the Spartans. According to him. When you go into the relics, all so-called black people, when you go into the relics, they all had bushy afros. You know what I'm saying? But according to him, he's those people. How can we see you now? We see you now. You don't have this nobility that you show yourself in the movies, right? This Superman, he's this, he's that. You don't have this. The way you paint yourself in the movies, we see you in physical form in front of us, and that's not what you are. Okay? How the hell can you be Beethoven when who are the best musicians, man? The so-called Negroes, man. We invented all the music you see. It starts from jazz and blues, man. Everything else is a branch off. Okay? All the talent comes from the Israelites, man. Going to the history, we ruled the Dark Ages, the so-called Byzantine Empire, for 1,000 years. We ruled Europe. Beethoven was a so-called black man. So was Shakespeare, man. All right. But when Esau paints it, he paints it. No, that was us. That was us. We were that. We were the Israelites. We were this and that. When you go back to the older movies, it was even worse because they used to paint even what was it? The Ten Commandments. Moses was a so-called white man. The Egyptians were all so-called white people. All right. The Ethiopian wife of Moses was a so-called white woman, man. They made the Ethiopian wife a so-called white woman, man. We see Ethiopians all the time, man. All right? But that's the witchcraft of these devils. That's the lies and the deception of the Edomite, man. Okay, matter of fact, let me get that in Job 9 and 24. All right? Okay, this is Job 9, verse 24. It said, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, and the Edomites are the wicked. They're known as the race of the wicked. They're really the evil race. They're the villains of the planet Earth when it comes to races. All right, but they paint themselves as if they're the heroes. Okay. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, man? All right. So it's saying he would cover the faces of the judges. In other words, he would make the image of the Israelites look different. All right? He would say that it was him. Like for example, him covering the ultimate judge being Yahweh Shai, the two ultimate judges, the Heavenly Father and His Son. They paint them to be so-called white men, man. All right? When these people think of so-called Jesus Christ, they think of a so-called white man. They point at Cesare Borgia. Okay? When really, according to the Bible, the description is a so-called black man. It describes his skin color and his hair texture. All right? And his arm color. All right? So that's all mind control, man. That's all psychological. Okay? Just like when they came over here with the picture, it's the same thing, man. Same thing with the movies, man. Okay, it's when they see the picture, it says a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? When they see these pictures, subconsciously it tells them something. Okay? So that's why we have to break down these lies and explain the truth of the matter. All right? Let me get what's that? Maccabees. I don't know if it was First Maccabees 38 or something like that. Okay, this is First Maccabees 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their image. All right? So that's what they did, man. All right? They painted themselves in that likeness. Okay? It said that, matter of fact, let me read that one more time, man. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their images. And that's what they did. Even when it comes down to the Dark Ages, man. Or the so-called Byzantine Empire. Or so-called black people ruling. Alright? Black people were ruling Europe for 1,000 years, man. Before the Renaissance period. Alright? And some teachers will teach you that in the universities. But they'll tell you don't tell the public, man. Okay? Because, man, Esau knows that's the truth, man. Esau knows the fact that we ruled Europe for 1,000 years. He knows that. But guess what? That would make him seem less than, all right? He wants to get all the praise. Just like DJ Trump, man. He wants to get all the praise, man. All right? He wants to get the credit for everything. No, that was us. No, that was us. All right? The Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians was us. The Babylonians were us. Everything was them. Okay? Everybody except for an Edomite. They're everybody except who they really are, man. Which is an Edomite, man. Okay? Alright? But that's all part of that mind control, man. When people see that, right, subconsciously they really believe that he did everything, man. Without him there would be nothing. And these Edomites, a lot of these Edomites, man, these white nationalists and shit like that, they actually say that, man. Okay? Because they believe their own hype. They believe their own lies. They lied to themselves so much and lied to the people so much, they believe their own lie. Okay? But when you go into the actual history, man, you find out that the so-called Negroes were doing this, were doing that. All right? What was the knights? You go into the arms, the noblemen, the czars of Russia. All right? All these different things, man. But they say it was them. No, it was us. It was us. It was this and that. Okay? The ancient Egyptians. No, that was us too. Okay? Because that's how the devil operates, man. The devil, the word this devil comes from the Latin diablos, which means deceiver. Right? That's what we call these Edomites the devil. We don't call them the devil for no reason. We call them it because of the way they are. They're deceivers. What did John 8:44 say? It says they are the father of lies, man. All right? There's no truth in him. Okay? He was a murderer from the beginning. That's the devil, man. Listen, man, listen. That's why we gotta come out here and all this information that we bring out. It messes up the minds of the people, man, because they've never heard the truth before. They've never heard the truth before. They never heard these things. But the things that we're speaking is very plain. It's simple. If you just go and look it up, you'll find it. You'll find that it's true. But Esau's pushed so much lies out there, man. All right, that it's hard for these people to even grasp the truth at this point, man. Okay. Yeah. So that's the facts of the matter, man. All right, these Edomites, what they did was they just did a psychological head game on these people, man. All right, they showed themselves as everything. They did everything. They invented everything. They don't even bring up the Negro inventors. All right, they don't even bring that shit up, and the list is long as hell, man. All right, going into the refrigeration system, man. How could we never learn that, man? The filament of the light bulb, that was the slave of Edison who created that, man. How can we never learn that, man? All right? The wrench, you know? The system that lubricates the trains in order for the trains to run long miles, that was a so-called Negro, man. And that's where you get the term, the real McCoy from, man. Because they were trying to steal his invention. They were trying to steal the patent, basically, all right? But it was never work as good as his. That's where you get the term the real McCoy from, man. That was a so-called black man, all right? But Esau won't teach you that in the school system, man. The Edomites will not teach you that in his school system, all right? He's not going to teach you that, man. Why? Because he wants to paint himself as everything. He did everything he created. Civilization started with him, and it's going to end with him. That's how Esau's mind works, man. But he's in for a rude awakening, man. All right? The Most High is going to bring an end to this wicked rule and bring up the